My Lords, I rise to speak in support of the Noble Lord Collins Amendment 41, to which my Right Reverend friend, the Bishop of London, has added her name, and to support the other amendments in this group. The Lord Bishop of London regrets that she's unable to be in her place today. In fact, given that she's at the very moment leading a debate among fellow bishops on the subject of sexuality, I think she would much rather be here in your Lordship's house alongside me. So in supporting these amendments, I wish to include a number of points that she would undoubtedly have made had she been here. My Lords, as we've heard earlier today, including from the Noble Lord Allen of Hallam, proportionality is a central principle of law. I hope that Noble Lords would allow me from these benches to draw attention to an important biblical perspective on that topic. I suggest we should respect the limitations set by Moses over 3,000 years ago in the Hebrew Scriptures. Moses laid down a simple rule: an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. He wasn't advocating mutilation as the proper means of punishment. What he was doing was making the crucial point that the punishment must never exceed the gravity of the offence. My Lord's dismissal for failing to comply with instruction to work on a strike day is, in my view, the view of the Joint Committee on Human Rights, and I suspect the view of many others, grossly out of all proportion. I also wonder how enforceable it would be. Were I a worker issued with such an instruction, the stress I would suffer in consequence would quite likely render me unfit to turn up to work on the day. And as I trust your Lordships have begun to recognise, I'm a fairly tough nut. So may I ask the Noble Lord the Minister, will he agree to explore, before we reach report stage, whether some lesser maximum penalty would be more appropriate? Moreover, as the Royal College of Nursing has said, sacking workers for failing to accede to such an instruction to work will simply exacerbate the severe nursing workforce shortages that we face. Nurse vacancies are already high. Is it more than 43,000? A 10% increase over the last 12 months? And the similar shortages elsewhere in the public sector. My Lords, the first day of committee on this bill highlighted major unresolved questions about the application of this bill. The breadth of the roles within the titles of health service and transport services is huge. Providing minimal service levels at the same urgency and providing for penalties of the same severity for those who drive blue light emergency vehicles and the driver of my local number 98 bus is, I would say, absurd. My Lords, the amendments in this group would continue protection of employees' rights and protect our workforces from further exacerbation of already severe shortages, so I urge the Minister to accept them.